Everyone must have heard of magic mushrooms by now. From a scientific point of view, they're referred to as psilocybin mushrooms, as they contain the psychedelic psilocybin compound. People take these recreationally to provide feelings of immense euphoria as well as sensory distortion. Today, I will explain some of the simple science surrounding magic mushrooms, and be sure to stick around to the end, as I'll be showing you guys a case study of a man who documented his 3-month tenure with microdosing magic mushrooms. He states, "I tried magic mushrooms not because I was looking for some grand revelation buried deep within my psyche, but because of reports of improved concentration, creativity, and flow." Others have actually stated that it was like having a creative director working away in some forgotten part of the brain, occasionally coming into consciousness and hefting a pile of innovations onto the desk. Okay, before we begin, this is by no means a video encouraging anyone to consume a magic mushroom. Please consult your doctor before making any changes to your lifestyle after watching this video, even if magic mushrooms are illegal. Researchers state that psilocybin may soon become a new type of drug to treat depression, smoking cessation, alcohol dependence, and more. For depression, the chemical works by activating the serotonin receptors in the brain. It's like having more serotonin, a deficiency of which may cause depression and other mental health issues. SSRI drugs, such as sertraline, currently used in the clinic today, have a similar effect on serotonin, but unlike those decades-old substances, psilocybin can also rebuild damaged brain connections, a factor in persistent depression. This characteristic makes it a hot property indeed. The good news is, you don't have to get high with handfuls to get most of the benefits. In fact, using tiny amounts in what's called microdosing may be a boon to your health, happiness, and productivity. Okay, so the microdosing began with an instructional PDF document stating the beginning dose to take at the start of the journey. This was half a gram, then dosing at around 0.1 grams until expectation or the desired response is met. In this case, he was advised to skip every other day as instructed to prevent sensitivity. He found himself at 1.5 grams, and that's when the magic happened. By magic he means, firstly, he found himself connected to oneself. Secondly, a tunnel vision that linked directly to his computer screen and the backlit project thereon. And thirdly, he experienced the deepest state of flow. He felt connected to his writing and loved the tapping of his typing. It felt so easily, he stated, automated like a fit cyclist's legs, finding their rhythm on a punchy incline. And so at this point, he thought he'd cracked it. He thought he'd found his mushroom sweet spot, like he'd found the holy grail of productivity. But 2 days later, he was like a kid coming off a slide, running around for another go, slicing off another 1.5 grams. He sat down to write, impatiently waiting to jump into the tunnel again. But nothing happened. Is he become used to it already? Will he always need to increase the dose to get back into that tunnel? But even after several weeks of microdosing, the inconsistencies continued. He stated it was like having a creative director working away in some forgotten part of his brain, but occasionally coming into consciousness and hefting a pile of innovations onto his desk. In conclusion, this individual states it's a bit of hit and miss. He explained, "I'll continue to microdose with mushrooms, but I'll use them strategically, on days that are wide open for me to write. I loved the experience when it worked as planned. When it didn't, I felt disappointed. But that's not the end of the world. After all, don't they say it's better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all?" Please like and subscribe. Also, check out my previous video on how coffee consumption daily can either kill you or increase lifespan.